Caitlin Clark has been a real revelation this season for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Caitlin has been putting up massive numbers and seemingly looked uncontainable for the entirety of the women's college basketball season. She has been able to string together numerous games with unreal stats, whether they be in scoring, assist, or a combo. It isn't unusual to see her putting up a string of 30 and 40-point performances in back-to-back games. But even better is she'll finish with 10-plus assists to go along with those high-scoring numbers. She honestly first got on my radar because of some women's basketball channel I follow on YouTube post her once, and the number that she put up was ridiculous. But I was thinking, it was an anomaly, and she would just probably disappear off my radar. The next day, I see her name again, and I'm like, okay, why they keep letting this girl score so much? But I didn't think much of it. All of a sudden, weeks later, and I have been seeing her nonstop have these explosive games. And I said, you know what? I have to see what this girl's doing to make her so effective. How is she putting up these such massive numbers? When I watched, immediately the thing that stuck out to me was her long distance shooting.
Good. I'm scoring. It's just phenomenal to watch how she operates.
And Caitlin Clark back the other way.
She has been magnificent.
Are you kidding me? Caitlin Clark from the logo. If I had transferred earlier in my career, I wouldn't be having the time of my life right now. Holy smokes.
But watch right here. Hey, Kevin Durant, I know you're a big fan of Caitlin Clark. How about that one? That's her second logo three.
Her and Caitlin Clark just continue to rewrite the history books. And we have been treated to a gem tonight. Clark again. Double team, no problem.
This girl can absolutely bomb it from downtown. There's not too many people on the earth, men or women, that can shoot like her. She launches shots from the logo consistently. She does this while early in the shot clock, which could be looked at as a negative, but the fact that she's so confident in her ability speaks volumes. She shoots off of the dribble, double teams, step backs. It doesn't matter. This is what ended up making her go viral and increase her national exposure because of how unbelievable her playstyle was. SportsCenter, Bleacher Report, Overtime, they all posted her clips, and surprising, it was met with positive responses from male audience who are usually disrespectful when it comes to women's basketball, let's just be honest. This shows the crossover appeal to Caitlin's playstyle and could mean big implications for her WNBA stardom. I started following her at about 66,000 followers on Instagram. And after the clip surfaced of her torching the net from the logo went viral, her followers have been on a steadily incline, rising, getting up to about 149K in a short amount of time. She has been in the National Player of the Year conversations, and this has not been without controversy because a lot of people feel like Aaliyah Boston of South Carolina deserved that award because of how dominant the Gamecocks have been this season and how Boston has dominated the paint on both sides of the ball. The thing that people don't realize is that basketball is just as much about the entertainment aspect as it is about the skills, efficiency, and X's and O's aspect. Aaliyah Boston plays an old school Tim Duncan type of game, who happens to be her mentor, as they both are from the Virgin Islands. But that style of play is not conducive to attracting eyeballs. Going back to Kate, she has proven that she can attract people to the game, and the WNBA could use that star power to bolster a great fan base and audience. It is not enough to just have a following based on unique play styles, though. You have to have the ability to dominate games, win, and live up to expectations. This is something that Clark has struggled with playing with an Iowa team that isn't matching her complete talent. If she can't carry this team to dominance in the college game, it's hard to imagine her being able to come into the WNBA and become a star right away. The WNBA is pressed for young stars. It's not as if they don't have them, but more so the exposure and whether people find them entertaining or not. People make a big deal about how the WNBA can never be the NBA because of how the women not being able to compete athletically, and it may be some truth to that, but people forget where the NBA came from. It wasn't always like this, and it relied on three superstars to save the league, and that was Magic, Larry Bird, and Jordan. And when they came into the league, it took off. People have to allow the WNBA to do the same. In my estimation, they are currently in the late 60s, early 70s portion or phase, if we are talking about the stage the NBA was at. If Caitlin can start playing more winning basketball, this could be a formula the WNBA needs to take off as a league. But if she just put up big numbers and lose, all of the exposure she received will possibly dry up. I work with a lot of young female and male hoopers, and it's something that I stress to them about how important it is to not only capitalize off of any exposure, but also how to continue to add things to their game that's conducive to winning basketball. All in all, the WNBA would be wise to invest in players like this when their names start buzzing to grow the league.